Hi everybody! I'm Aphinity. You probably weren't expecting me, and certainly not in this format. I'm Aphinity the Avali, in case that wasn't obvious. I'm obviously not human, or at least not as human with this, although you can probably see me in real life here. Hi, real life people. But this is me in a virtual world. I am quite often what's called an Avali, which is like a space creature, and I'm currently in a game called VRChat, which is a social platform where you get to wear whatever avatar you want. You can switch on the fly. Like, I can decide to be a totally different character if I want to be, and there's nothing stopping me. Like, if I wanted to be I don't know, let's be a dog, I could be a dog. And
I thought you'd be a dolphin.
I could be a dolphin, and this has my dolphin on it on the shirt. But this is actually my
T-pose.
my other character, T-pose. Well, I have to, because I have full body. So if you can see in the camera, I'm actually kicking my foot. My feet are going up. I can waggle my tail around, all that kind of thing. So I'm in a game called VRChat, and the reason that I'm showing this to you is because we are having a VRChat meetup. And not just VRChat, but PonyTown. And that's why Fisher's on this call too. Hi, Fisher.
Hello.
So what we're going to start with is I'm going to show you one of the really neat things that we were able to do this year, thanks to some very talented people. Oh, that's my tall version. Specifically, someone named Riva made us an incredible world in like record time. Like, we're talking a week. Well, a little over a week, but not by a lot. And so she managed to make Sunny Shower's actual office in Vancouver, like an actual like 1950s, 1960s era style office, and made that in this world, in VRChat. And there's a link to it in the Discord. It's also in our main stage chat. So if you look in the main stage chat, you'll see there's a link there. And the way that works is I'm going to actually bring up my screen here and show you how to get there. So if you click in your browser, I don't know if you guys can see this. Null, are we good? Okay, so when you click on the link in Discord, if you look in Discord, we have it listed in the VRChat channel. There's two instances, as we call them. Those instances are like a version of the world where you can visit, and each of them will have different people in it, potentially. So we made two just in case. You click on this link, and when you click on that link, you get this icon here. Assuming you have a VRChat account, you can either launch it, or you can invite yourself if you're already in the game, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to click on invite. It has that check mark, and now when I'm in game, I'm going to see, I'll just turn off my stream camera so you can see what this looks like. I will now have an invite. So if you can see, there's this little envelope icon that's sitting in my view. So now I can click that envelope up here, and I can accept it, and it takes me to the world. And here we go, we're loading into the world, and we'll see how many other people might be in here with us. We might have a few, we might have nobody, we'll see. And here we are. And it looks like
can the person who's begging me for Among Us no? Yeah, come on. That was so 2021.
Among Us is very popular though, and certainly something that we see a lot of in VRChat. There's actually an Among Us world in VRChat. So I'm going to actually go, hey, hello, it's Future Twilight. Hello, Future Twilight. Rainbow Derpy, I recognize you. You've been around all weekend, so good to see you here. Let me see here. Oh, I'm hearing myself on the stream, which, by the way, that's our stream that you can see anytime you want. So our live stream of the actual event is right there. I'm going to turn that down so that we don't get that feedback, because otherwise that's going to be really annoying to everybody. All right, so let me show you around and show you what this world looks like, and show you what Riva made for us. If you are in VRChat yourself, you have a VRChat account, please use the instance. Come and join us. Let's all have a big group party and enjoy just being here. Hello, Tiny Fox. So I'm gonna change to turn off the stream camera so you can see what I see. So here's my view. So this is what I see when I'm walking around here. So first of all, you can see we've got the logo all set up. Riva actually used our previous con book posters from both Vancouver as well as BronyCan. Around here you can see there's some BronyCan posters way up here, and these were like the con book covers that we had from many years ago. The room itself is like a 1950s, 1960s style, sort of dingy, like noir style kind of area. Hey, we're getting lots of people in here. Look, it's Izzy. Who knew that we'd get some movie stars? Rainbow Dash. What's up, Dashy? And you notice that these are all individual people that have joined here. So hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. This could be you, by the way.
Good to be here. First MLP convention I've ever been to.
Hey, good for you. Awesome. Give me a high 3. I guess in your case I have high 4. So we tried to theme this to be after this year. We've got coffee machines, of course, because coffee's a big part. If everyone knows our sip meme, we had to make sure we had lots of coffee. If I go up here, I can grab. There's some mugs that Riva put into the world. By the way, this is Riva's details. If you're interested in commissioning her, she's an amazing VR artist. Does not just this, but avatars and stuff too. So throw that around. Anyways, hey, get out of the way, Fox. So we're going to Sunny Shower's office here, and you can see it's adorned with lots of memorabilia. We kind of went a little bit overboard on that, but it was just for fun. You can see our data computer here that is providing our stream that you're seeing over here. So the stream that you're all watching right now. That's obvious. It's obviously not real. It's obviously not real, but I've got Null asking me if it's open real. It's like, I don't know if it's open real. The garbage is awfully full because Trailblazer doesn't take the garbage out enough, and so that needs to be taken out. Trail, what the heck are you doing? We go over here, and oh, hey, Riva. Hey, here's the maker of the world. Hello, Riva. We're doing the stream right now, so you're on stream. So hello.
Yeah, I've seen that's why I joined.
There you go. So we're here. I'll ask you actually a few details about the world as soon as I finish the tour here. But we've got Sunny's desk, which you can see has a couple things on it, including a clue that some people actually probably already picked up on. But shh, it's a clue.
Oh yeah, all 4 of the puzzles were already completed by last night.
All right.
I should have made them harder.
This is excuse me, guys. So this is a clue in case some of you didn't pick up on this, but that is a clue. That was intentionally put there. So anyways, this is a reference to a meme, and Riva, I love you for putting this in here. This is so great. We open the safe, and oh, it's a banana. It's a modern art piece, of course. And of course, a bottle of unlabeled cider, because that's what we drink and consume. Yes, of course, you got to have the cider. So we'll close that. Here we're going to the interrogation room. The interrogation room. We already have Izzy, of course, because Izzy's very sus. And we have all of these various ciphered keys and things like that were also clues for the game that we were playing with everybody. If you weren't aware of that, we had a bit of a detective mystery that you're still welcome to try and solve yourself. There's lots of clues around there. Got the one-way mirror so you can see us in here. Hi, everybody. You can. I'm floating in space because this is just a way for me to be taller because I'm very short. Obviously, there's lots of some clove cigarettes because they're clearly not tobacco. That would be wrong, but that's there's a lot of clove smoking going on in here. Oh, this is new. And that's the world. The other cool thing is, Riva, did you fix the projector, by the way? I wasn't sure if that got fixed or not. Okay, cool. Because the projector was back. Hey, it's Beacon. Oh no, it's not Beacon. It just looks like Beacon. Hold on. Oh, it is fixed. Hooray! So you can see you can go in front of the projector and actually make shadow puppets, and you actually see the screen on your body, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
So if I go back here and look, you can see it's projecting onto them, and this is just one of the features. Hey, look, it's me. Hey, I'm fat. Wow, look at how fat I am. Holy crap. Anyways.
You can hardly blame people.
Yeah, it's the pandemic. So this is what we're doing here. So thank you everyone for being here. Riva, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Burb? There you are. Riva, how was it making this world and doing it in such a short time, in particular?
I don't know. It was fun.
Well, you did a fantastic job, and I
get the zoomies and it works.
You did a fantastic job. It's I honestly couldn't be happier.
Yes.
And we
did that.
Here, we're getting some water. Oh, don't want to spill the water.
This one is part wine.
Oh, it's part wine. Where'd you get the wine? Oh, do you get it from the bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't catch that. That's cool. So you can actually pour yourself a glass of water or wine. Here, you want some? Here, have some water.
I don't see it, sadly.
Oh, you don't.
because
Oh,
I'm on
you're on
Quest.
Quest. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Cheers.
Water is
Cheers.
a horse.
Yeah,
Yes.
those aren't on
Glug,
quest.
glug,
Yeah,
glug, glug,
that's
glug.
what I explained. I also explained-
Hydro homies. Luna confirmed for Hydro homie.
Okay. Hail, hydrate. So, in case you guys weren't aware, there's two different platforms in VR, one of which is PC VR, which is what I'm using right now, and that allows me to do like the full body and just kind of get a little bit more detail. There's also another version of this in VRChat called called the Oculus Quest, which is a separate headset, and it runs on an Android platform. So there's a few limitations on that one, but they're still able to join us. So like we've got one person on Quest here, probably quite a few, although I'm not seeing your name tags so well right now. But anyways, yeah, so this, if you have a Quest, if you have a PC, even if you don't have VR, you do not need VR to be in this world, just a VRChat account, which you can get at vrchat.com. And again, if you just click the link in our Discord, there's a channel that says VRChat. There's 2 instances. You can come here, listen to the stream, and just enjoy yourself. Meet some new friends. The dance last night was awesome in here. You can, please don't change the stream for the convention, but like after the con, come on back. You know, favorite the world. You know, use it for watching a movie with friends. Maybe have an MLP marathon or something. Maybe we'll do that in the future. I don't know. I think it'll be fun.
He's so cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. So that's
It'd probably be fun.
yeah. That's a majority of it.
you.
Once again, just want to give a huge thank you to Riva, who just happens to be here. So thank you very much, Riva, for all your hard work on this. I know how much effort you put into this, so thank you very much. It's really, really
You
awesome.
might have a little peek on the stream. I'm bringing 80 people in, 80, 90
Just
people in the
hashtag
world
screw
event out tomorrow.
Discord.
Oh wow. Okay, we're going to have a lot of people in the world very soon. So if you want to join and just kind of be silly with us, come on in over here. Again, the link is in the Discord and also in the main stage chat. Come on over and we'll have a good time. But otherwise, I know that Fisher has an awful lot to talk about our other component, virtual component to the convention, and that is PonyTown. And PonyTown is honestly, a huge amount of effort went into PonyTown. So if all of you haven't checked it out, who's been into PonyTown? Pause up if you can, or jump, or jump. Most of you. So there you go. Yeah.
I have
So
not.
okay. So if you haven't,
Probably a PC thing.
and if you haven't checked it out, event.pony.town. Just put it in your browser and hit enter, and you can make your own pony, or you can use the one that it gives you by default. And I know that Fisher will tell us all about that. But once again, if you want to join us in VRChat, that is again something that for the next hour, roughly, a little bit over an hour, we'll be in here hanging out. But you can come all weekend. There's nothing stopping you from just coming out here later and hanging out and just having a good time with your friends, or just vibing in Sunny Shower's office, because this is her office, right? So yeah, come on out and enjoy yourself. Again, vrchat.com to sign up, and if you check our Discord, you'll see a link to the to her world, to the world that I'm in right now, and you can come join us and check out the stream and vibe with people. Just have a good time. So Fisher, I would say it is over to you, sir. So thanks.
All right. Now,
Thanks
while
very
we
much.
wait for the string to transfer over, I'm still not used to seeing you as a small bird, because Finn is a tall guy, if anyone's seen him in real life.
Yeah, I guess I am. I don't know. I'm up there. Here. I'm up there. Here, I can be my tall version. Does that make it better? Here, I'll change to Aphinity tall. There we go.
It switched over to my screen, but your stream is still on my screen because I'm watching the screen. So, oh, no, Inception's happening. I got to get off screen. Okay, hold up. All right, I actually have to move my horse to make that happen. Oh. I have teleported myself to the wrong place. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is Vancouver rebuilt in PonyTown as Vancouver. The convention was forced to go virtual about 2 weeks ago, and Bolt was like, hey, we have a custom PonyTown server we can use. So I hopped on, and I was expecting a tiny thing, but it ended up being a massive server. So I was like, let's just rebuild Vancouver. And they were all like, we can't do it. There isn't enough time, but we made it happen. So, first off, let's start with talking about everyone who helped make this. So first there's Bolt, who was in charge of the project and talking to devs and such. I would find him in here, but frankly there's a mess. Let's see, how many people do we have on here right now? We have 550 people on the server right now. And I don't think it's gone below 500 since the first concert. Finn, are you there? I haven't heard you if you are. Well, I guess it's just the Solo Fisher show then.
No, sorry, I'm here. I was just muted talking to people in VRChat.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's incredible how many people have been coming to PonyTown. I've been watching the progress in there, and it's incredible. It's just so, it's a thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah. So first there's wait, hold on. Bolt's sending me a message. Am I screwing something up here? He says he's on stage. Okay, Bolt's on stage. So he was the one who was in charge of the project and relay between us and the devs, so whatever we ran into a bug, he would fix it for us. And then there was me. I did most of the building outdoors. I put in 34 hours over the 16 days, so there were many late nights. And then there were Ellie, and Ellie did a lot of the collision around the place, as well as a lot of the refined buildings. So like this main stage area, the stage that the DJ set is on, they built that. And they probably built some other things that I'm not aware of. We didn't keep a massive track. It's just more of like, is this thing done? Yes. Okay, good. Let's go. Then there's Cloudburst, who did a lot of the coding stuff as well as some collision and building. And then there's Mike Nized, who was brought in by the devs. They're actually not part of the Vancouver. They weren't originally part of the Vancouver staff. Are they on right now? Yeah, they're here. So Mike did a lot of the interior decorating. So Sunny's office and the Orpheum inside, which we'll see shortly. And then there was Delphinx, who did a lot of the decorating. He plays a lot of PonyTown, so he knows what you guys like. Who keeps moving me? Stop that. So he put in like the baguette things and the fire signs and all of those silly PonyTown memes. This build was actually my first PonyTown experience, so I don't know about that stuff. I just build buildings. Delph makes it functional. And I don't... Let me just double check the sign up here, but I think I got everybody. Delphinx, Bold, Cloud, Mike. Yep, that's everyone. Linux and Fluttershy were also in the chat, like the little group chat we had, but I don't think they ended up getting into the server to build things. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. But yeah, let's get started on the tour. So, first off, oh yeah, let me explain the screen setup. On the right side we have the PonyTown server, and on the left side we have a collection of images and video that I've curated to show the real-life equivalents of what we're looking at. So, first off, we have Robson Square. This is sort of the central gathering place of Vancouver, with the art gallery right above it. So, we made that into our main stage area. This is the real-life version of it here. We only built the northern half of it because to the south is the provincial courthouse, and that building is frankly quite ugly. So this is the real-life plaza that you all are in right now. This building I deleted because it would get in the way. So this thing down at the bottom here is the ice rink. This here. The real one is all glass and metal, but this is the closest we could get. A lot of the building in PonyTown was sort of like, what is the closest prop that we have to what we want to make? So there's a lot of buildings made out of a ton of rope and things like that.
I love the innovation that you guys did for that. Just like I noticed, like the roof of buildings is like filled with balloons, and like is like you said, they're building entire buildings out of rope. And
yeah.
It's awesome.
And if I switch it to night mode for myself, you can see that we put some lighting on it, like the real life ice rink has.
Yeah, it's just so neat. I actually really like the fact you had a C bus too. You can actually go over to the C bus. I don't know if you covered that yet. Sorry.
I'll get to it.
Good.
I need to turn the thing off because everyone's sending me friend requests. Over here we have the Orpheum Feeder, which is one of many feeders in Vancouver, but the sign on it is a particularly well-recognized landmark. I appreciate y'all want to be my friends, but it's clogging up the stream. So yeah, we remade the sign in that, and we also made it the site of our interior stage. So if we go inside here, we have another version which is the exact same it's the same screen as outside. We just made a little interior area for people who don't want to join in the massive collection of people outside. Every time I've been on here, there's been like 400 people outside and maybe 50 to 100 people in here. And we made the inside we knew we couldn't recreate the inside of the Orpheum Feeder because that feeder is extremely fancy. But we made something inspired by it. Or rather, Mike made something inspired by it. He did all the interior stuff. So yeah. Then what's next on the list? Oh, just another picture of the art gallery when I walk over to it to look at it better. There was talk about having the inner stage be accessed through the art gallery entrance, but we changed our minds at the end. And here, so we ended up putting the sign here for credits for everybody. And Finn, if you have any comments, just jump in, because I'm just going to motor mouth my way through the whole thing otherwise. Mike,
No, it's all good. Yeah, I'm just vibing with people in VRChat, and if you haven't joined us in VRChat, by the way, Discord go join our Discord and check the VRChat channel, and you can join us in the instance that we're in.
Vanilla says to move my mic away from my face, but it's built into my headset, so I can't actually do that. Sorry, Vanilla. Okay, what's next on the list? Ah, yes, the Marine Building. So up here, we have the Marine Building. Oh, I should change back to day, so we can look at it better. So this is the Marine Building, which is a famous old building in Vancouver. It was built in like 1908 or something like that, and it was 1910s, I think, and it was the tallest building until like the 1930s. Apparently, I can disable friend requests in the settings. Okay, now
the Marine Building's actually got a lot of history.
Yeah.
I actually did a lot of work in there. If I remember correctly, that building is the one that has all the clocks in it when you first come in, is it not? And it's all like very, very copper colored.
I don't know actually.
Okay. Anyway, if it's a building, I think it is. It's gorgeous when you walk in. It's just like, wow, like extravagance from like the 1930s kind of a deal. It's really cool.
Right. And yeah, we can do all the friend request stuff afterwards. I figured out how to turn it off. So, okay, there we go. So yeah, this is the Marine Building from the outside. And we tried to make the roof look like the real one to the best of our ability. It ended up being a bit of a collision nightmare, and now it's full of horses. But I guess this is sort of a given. Everyone wants to be on stream. Down here, if I could do it... okay, this is the door here before it gets crowded by horses. This is the real-life equivalent of the door. We sort of made it an art deco thing. Actually, I know what I could do. I could just sort of shove everybody who shows up out of the way. Get out of here. Shoot. Yeah, this thing was a bit of a pain to put together. Oh no, I moved myself somewhere. Like I said, still getting used to the interface. And yeah, we'll do all the friend requests afterwards. So yeah, next up here we have the Olympic torch. So in 2010, Vancouver hosted the Olympics, and this was the torch for it. They ended up putting it in a park next to the convention center. And you can all set yourselves on fire using this thing too, by the by. If I change it to night... oh, that's just selecting some pony. Wish there was a shortcut for this. Here we go. Yeah. So if I set it to night, it also looks quite good. Someone's... Okay. It's not on fire all of the time, but they set it on fire for like charity events and the like. And up here, if we can see it behind the ponies, there's a Orca statue, which I represented using just a fish.
Killer whale. sorry.
Uh-oh, the thing's glitching out a bit. Okay, there we go. So there's the fish there. Everyone's moving around.
Gathered around it. You can't even see it.
Yeah, it's a little bit messy. I mainly need to get this thing off my screen. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Look at all the ponies.
I also need to go into settings again and get rid of the give items things, because that's also a thing that people are using to show up on screen. Okay. Yeah, one last move so that we can get a look at it again. For anyone who didn't... Oh no, I moved myself. Yeah. There we go. There's the fish. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Okay, horses everywhere. Over here is the Vancouver Convention Center. And they have a big earth ball floating in the entrance, which is what that blue circle is meant to represent. Let me switch it back to daytime. And the roof is all grass, which is why we have this little park thing up here. Oh, right. One thing I forgot to mention. There's another art piece there, which is this big blue thing called the Blue Drop. So we represented that using a blue balloon. Right there. On to the next thing, Canada Place. This is one of Vancouver's biggest landmarks. It's also the cruise ship terminal. Oops, I had the collision map on. Which is why this boat is up top here. Yeah, here we go. Next image is showing all the cruise ships alongside Canada Place. So if you ever come to Vancouver for like an Alaska cruise or something, this is probably where you'll take off from.
Either there or the actual cruise ship terminal, which is separate. But,
is that
not too far? We technically have 3, but the third one's not often used. The second one is often used, though. It's actually close to where the original Studio B and DHX building is.
Yeah,
that's actually only a few blocks down.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I thought Canada Place was the only one.
No, we have many in Vancouver.
And then if I switch it over to night mode, we tried to decorate Canada Place with the same sort of lighting they have at night on the real one. So at nighttime, they put it all sorts of different colors. I just noticed a layering issue, but I'll fix that later. That Canada flag is missing one of its strawberries. Because, yeah, we made the Canada flags out of a doormat, 3 trays, 2 strawberries, and a cherry. Just to show the level of bootlegging that was involved in this whole thing. So, yeah. Oh, right, there was one thing I forgot to talk about. Up here is the convention center that's attached to Canada Place. It's also a hotel. So that's what this building is. And there's a Flyover Canada ad on it, which is a ride that they have built into Canada Place. And we got this guy enjoying the pool here. Hope he's having a good time. Alright, what's the next thing? Waterfront Station. So this is the main train station downtown. Hold on, let me get rid of some of this stuff on the screen. And actually, let me check something. Okay, let me switch it back to day as well. So yeah, this here is Waterfront Station. So this is the main train station downtown for like the SkyTrain, which is sort of local mass transit system. Back in the day, it was the major train station going all over Canada, but I think nowadays that's mainly been handed off to Pacific Central Station. And we also futzed with the collision to make it so that you could go inside the building. And I saw somebody reading Sans' speech from Undertale in here. Oh. Did we mess up the collision there? I'll have to look at that later. Might be a glitch. But yeah, I saw somebody doing Sans' speech from Undertale there, which I didn't think of that at all, but it does definitely fit. And the C-Bus terminal actually connects to that as well. So the C-Bus is basically a ferry you can take to get up to North Vancouver. So this is meant to represent the overpass for that. There isn't a street here, it's actually a rail yard. But yeah, here's the C-Bus, except very tiny because we ran out of space. Something to look at for next time around, I suppose. Yeah, here's the C-Bus.
I still really like the fact you can get on it and stuff. I was vibing about that. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah, let me just yeet everybody out of the way so that we can see it. Apologies for those being... Oh no, I yeeted myself again. Hell. Anywho. The next thing is probably one of my favorite builds from this, which is the Harbour Centre. So this is a big business tower, which is also the major lookout for Vancouver. So, like, you know, every city has a big observation tower. You can go up top, pay a few bucks, and get a view of the city. This is the Vancouver's version of the Harbour Centre. You're not supposed to be able to stand on that flag. I need to fix that. I keep wandering around and, like, seeing little nitpicks that if I fix up. So, yeah, something to fix afterwards. And then if I switch it over to night mode, we made it light up like the real one does. The real one changes colors, but we have to set it to only one color, so yeah. Did I include a picture of the view? No, I didn't. So the next one is the Woodward's building, which used to be the major mall downtown. from like 1900 something, like 1908 for like 1930s, and then in the 1960s the town down east side turned from the major shopping district to sort of the downtrodden area, and there's a lot of homeless people there now, unfortunately. So Woodward's building ended up sort of sitting abandoned, and then it got redeveloped into an apartment complex. So they tore down most of it, but kept the original structure. And that's what this is. And I also put on all the original shopping signs that used to be on it. So Far Hardware, carpets, Bears Wear, that sort of thing. But the main thing about the Woodward's building isn't the building itself, but rather this, the Woodward's beacon. This W has sort of presided as a feature of the Vancouver landmark for pretty much the past century. And you can
And everyone's always confused about it. Like anyone comes from out of town, it's like, why is there a giant W up there? It's like you have to explain to them. Oh yeah, it's the Woodward's building. They're like, Woodward's? What's Woodward's? It's like,
Yeah.
well, it's an old department store. It's like, you kept a retail store sign. It's like, yeah, we did. It's a
Yep.
thing.
And I was actually really happy of how this came out because PonyTown is kind of allergic to angles. A lot of the props we have to build with are very blocky. So making angular things like this is a real pain. And something cool about the Woodward's building, the more astute of you might recognize it because it was featured in the show. In Manhattan, Rarity Takes Manhattan, part of the skyline is a ponified version of the Woodward's building.
Yep. It's funny to think that, but like there's actually a lot of Vancouver references in the show. I mean, the show was made entirely in Vancouver, so
Right.
kind of makes sense that they'd put a lot of those. You see a lot of Canucks like ponies, it's particularly in the Tanks for the Memories episode, where there's like a bunch of basically Canuck ponies skating through the ice rink when just at the end when Rainbow Dash is letting Tank go hibernate.
I'll have
So,
to take
yeah.
a look at that again because I didn't notice that.
Oh, they're full-on Canuck jerseys. Like they might as well just have the logo on the front, but they don't, of course. But
Right. And that brings us to our next thing, which isn't a Vancouver landmark for most, but it's actually quite a holy site for bronies, because this is Studio B, the site of DHX Studios and where the Pony Show was made for most of it, I think, until like season 6 or 7, wasn't it?
I think it was 7. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's actually a brony song talking about like on the corner of Main and Alexander, because that's where the building was. And on that note, throughout the city, if I can click on something that isn't a pony, you might... Where am I? I'm stuck on collision somewhere. You might notice these little things around. These are street signs that we put in. And I actually took a look at how the streets ended up being laid out in Vancouver and how they ended up being built out in the server, and I tried to approximate it. It's a little scuffed, but it's decent. Nope, I grabbed myself again. And the server got upset at me for grabbing too many things. So
You keep grabbing yourself here. It's like, stop doing that, Fisher. Jeez.
So yeah, this is also where we put Sunny's office, just as sort of a nod to the show. So if you notice in opening and closing ceremonies, the exterior shots of Sunny's office are actually shots of Studio B that I went out and filmed about a month ago. And if we go inside it, we have Sunny's office. Quick overview before the place gets flooded in. Mike put a lot of details into this place, which are really cool. So, private investigators, Sun Showers and Co. There's a whole news article here, which was very impressive. There's the PonyTown version of that envelope you saw in VRChat. So that was a clue for one of the puzzles. It was a Masonic code that translated into "Give this letter to Fisher." So this is Sunny's desk here with there was a little sign here, but I think it got stuck behind something. And here's Trail's desk. And because of the sip meme, we made it so that you can grab the cup. And, not really sip it, it's more just like munching on it. But, yeah.
I love the fact that there's like at least a little bit of continuity between VRChat and these worlds. I mean, obviously not very accurately, but it's close enough.
Yeah, like the VRChat one is more like if Sunny's office in 10 years if she founded like Pony Pinkertons, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Mike put in like a bedroom and a kitchen over here. And even put a little hallway out front here with like Vancouver Security Intelligence Service and this door that we don't want to know what's behind it. Probably Trail had an accident or something. I don't know.
We have that door in VRChat too. There's a random door here that's locked, and you have no idea where it goes.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have a sign on it though.
No sign, but it should have a sign actually. We should probably get Riva to put that in there.
And yeah, if we switch it to night mode, the lighting's also quite nice. Actually, I guess I could just zoom out, couldn't I? So yeah. Then, oh yes, I know what's next. Oh, the lamp. Oh right, I forgot. You can yoink the yoink the lanterns and they'll respawn. And you can also steal these street lamps if you can get into a particular spot for it. Yeah, there you go. You can take the bulbs out of the lamps and bugger off with them. Don't do that in actual Vancouver. You'll probably get arrested. But over here is another very famous Vancouver landmark, and the only one that Bold recognized when I started posting landmarks on the server. This is the Vancouver Steam Clock. And I have a video of it. So on the hour...
I love the fact it's got the fireplace in the bottom. Sorry.
Yeah. So on the hour it plays its little tune, then hoots how many hours it is.
Yeah, that actually, yeah, in real life, you're talking about real life. It doesn't do it in PonyTown, does it?
No, I wish.
Yeah.
You're about to say in real life, or?
I was going to say in real life, it's Vancouver's one of the few cities in the world actually that still has active steam that's generated and provided by the utilities that actually heats a good number of the older buildings around downtown Vancouver. There's only like Seattle, Chicago, and I believe New York City might be the only other one. There's only a handful that still actually do it. So the steam you're seeing coming out of the clock and so forth, that's actual steam that's being piped underground and provided by the utilities. So it's actually run by the same steam that heats a lot of the buildings in that area.
Yeah, and I looked it up. There's only 7 steam clocks left that are in cities and such. Oh, the clock's being covered by horses again. Where am I so I don't grab myself? Yoink. So yeah, as you saw in the video, the insides are all mechanical, but we didn't have space for that, so I made it more whimsical with the fireplace and the barrel of water. But yeah, to give it a... Oh, what? Okay, no, it's good. What is happening to it? Is somebody moving it around? Anyhow. Over here is Victory Square with the Cenotaph, so this is used for like Remembrance Day ceremonies and the like. I didn't put the flags on it. And over here is something that isn't a massive landmark, but I wanted to build it just as a challenge to myself. This is the cathedral. There's 2 cathedrals in Vancouver. This one is the more impressive of the 2, so I built it. And this roof is made out of way too many ropes.
Sounds like an old thatched roof, but just not thatched. It's rope instead.
Right. And yeah, sorry for moving everybody, but we're here to see I want to show them the builds and not you guys. We'll see you guys at the group photo afterwards. And yeah, these blue roofs are made out of a bajillion balloons. What's next on the list? Chinatown. So down here, there's actually a substantial neighborhood in Vancouver that's Chinatown, but we just chose to take a couple landmarks from it. So this is the gate that is the entrance to Chinatown, called the Millennium Gate. And there's a couple stone lines there, so we put ponies on instead. And those of you who can speak Chinese might notice that the text that we have on the sign here doesn't match the text on the gate itself. That's because I could only find transcription of the text that's on the reverse side of the gate. So that's what's on here. If I remember right, it says like "Remember the past and look forward to the future" or something like that. And also in Chinatown is the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden, which is a very pretty little garden that's with Chinese architecture and the like. This was actually a last-minute build because, frankly, I was afraid of how I would build this curvy structure in PonyTown, but I'm actually pretty happy with how it came out.
It looks great. I think that's a lot of people don't realize that for those who haven't been to Vancouver before, we are very strongly influenced by the Chinese culture. So there's a good amount of Chinese influence around the city that you'll see all over the place, more than most places, not just to Chinatown, but across like a significant portion of the city. So
Yeah,
it's quite cool having that diversity.
Yeah, the neighborhood of Vancouver that the convention happens in, Richmond. It's actually, I think it's like, what, 30%, 40% Chinese? So a lot of the...
By the census, that doesn't even include visitors, and a good number of people come here and spend half their year here, so they don't actually fill out a census, so it's significantly higher than that.
Yeah. So a lot of the shop signs are in Chinese, and it's okay about the clock moving. I was just concerned that one of the public had somehow managed to get control of it. So, yeah. Okay, what's next? The Sun Tower. So this is a fairly distinctive looking business building that's that's also part of Chinatown. If I switch it back to day, sorry to make it hard on the admins, but you guys do what you want. Yeah, it's another really old building from like the 1900s or something like that. One thing I should mention is that the scaling in the Vancouver build is kind of all over the place a little bit. Yeah, so this building is way bigger than it should be, but something to fix for the next version of it. And apparently this is what the Sun Tower looked like in the 1940s. I wouldn't want to live next to that. So yeah. Oh yeah, something else to mention as we move on to the next build. There used to be a little apartment complex here, but apparently you guys got too rowdy during the Friday concert and caused a massive conga line, so so the mods tore it down so that you could make the conga line longer. So rest in peace to anyone who was living in there.
It happens all the time, conga lines taking down buildings.
Yeah. And these little pools that we stuck on the roofs around, we put little light art in them. So this one says VPE for Vancouver Pony Expo. And there was another one that was a Canadian flag. I don't remember what the other ones were. So next on the list of builds, we have the library, which is a big Coliseum-looking structure. Again, PonyTown is allergic to angles, so I just took the patio of the bakery and stacked it on itself about 30 times. Yeah, read some books. Make Twilight proud. And over here we have one of the major bridges in the build, the Camby Bridge. Not much special about this bridge, it's just a bridge connecting downtown Vancouver to the rest of Vancouver. This is where the street lamps were first put in, and then we decided to spread them to the rest of the build. And we actually have a working exit sign up here, so if you put your mouse over it, it shows the street. What's next? BC Place. So BC Place is the major stadium for Vancouver. This is where a lot of like football matches and conventions are held. Well, not conventions, like trade shows. So this upper part is the roof here of the ropes. It's made of a ton of trees and the umbrella. Finn, we started at 11:30, right? So we have until 12:30 on the normal schedule?
Sorry, Fisher, I was talking to people in the VRChat world. Yeah, we are good until 1 if we want to keep going. So.
Okay. I just want to make sure, just watching the time.
Yep.
And at nighttime, they really colored this place up with a lot of lights. So we colored it up with Vancouver colors. The green, yellow, green, blue, white. And if I switch it to daytime so you can get a view of it on that. Yeah. And next to it we have Rogers Arena, which is the major hockey arena for Vancouver because, I mean, we're Canada. It's an element of Canada, hockey. You got to have the hockey. It's also home to a lacrosse team and an Overwatch team, but I only had room for 2 signs, so screw Overwatch. I'm sorry.
And many concerts.
Oh, yeah, they do hold concerts there too, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm actually from Surrey, which is like a 45-minute drive out of Vancouver, so I'm not super familiar with the workings of downtown, just what it looks like.
Yeah, downtown's a bit of a thing. It's for those who were here for the Olympics or saw a lot of footage. Most of the footage that you saw that was in Vancouver proper was either here in these areas around the stadiums, actually just on the other side of the main road, which we call Concord Pacific is what it used to be called, or is called. And yeah, so this whole area was like redeveloped actually shortly after the Olympics, if I remember correctly. When was Rogers Arena rebuilt? I forget actually.
Rebuilt.
Oh, so I'm thinking of BC Place. I'm sorry, BC Place was rebuilt.
Oh yeah, because they did do that big update to it, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that was before. That might have been before the Olympics, but
It says it was right after the Olympics. It looks like.
it was just after. Okay, I thought so.
Yeah. So this here is Science World. So this is like the big science museum for kids in Vancouver. Although it's fun for adults too. Mike rebuilt this for me because my first build of it, frankly, looked like a scrap heap. So thanks to Mike for doing that. And the top
Okay.
the top third of this thing is a Omnimax theater, which if you don't know what that is, it's a big dome theater. So it's kind of like VR before VR in a sense. You would go there and watch videos about like flying over Canada or like watching dinosaurs fight. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat. It's still cool actually.
Yeah.
I go there quite often. Well, I won't say I go there quite often. I go there about once a year.
Yeah. And at nighttime, they have a ton of lights on the points of it that light up. So we tried to do that here as well by spamming Christmas lights on it. And I've got a few images here of different colorations that it takes. All right. And the next one, which you might recognize if you've watched our skits from last year, because it was a setting of it, is Pacific Central Station. Waterfront Station is the major station for Vancouver if you're taking light rail. So like if you're going to other parts of the city on the light rail network. Pacific Central is if you're taking buses or trains to other parts of Canada or off to the US or internationally. Also, sorry if people are talking in the chat and on Vancouver. I'm not watching it. Got too much stuff to worry about.
I'll try to watch here. I'll do my best to keep track.
Okay. Yeah, so this is Pacific Central Station, and I'm really happy that we were able to make the letters light up like they do on the actual one at night. That's what this image here is of. And this is what it looks like during the day. So if I switch it over... Yeah, there we go. And I've just been informed that all these sunglasses guys are Among Us guys. Not gonna lie, a little bit cringe, but that's your business. This rainbow building here isn't a landmark, but Delphings works at a print shop here, and it's all dressed up rainbow-like, so he wanted to make it like that. And all the way over here, we have another one of the major bridges in Vancouver, which is Granville Street Bridge. Again, nothing much notable about this, it's just a major bridge. We got another exit sign, which I was happy with. The noteworthy thing is what is beneath Granville Bridge, because there's a little island there called Granville Island that I had to build in miniature because I ran out of space again. But that's where a lot of the arts and crafts people work. And there's also the only like big farmers market that you have in Vancouver. That's what the as that person said, this looks like a shop because that's what it is. It is this building. And inside,
Did you put the concrete plant in?
well, I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a bunch of food stalls there. Frankly, it is overpriced as hell. But if you're looking for organic food and you don't want to drive all the way out to like Langley, then that's where you go. And the entrance to Granville Island is a sign. You about to say something?
Oh, sorry, I forgot I wasn't muted. I'm sorry, I was saying something in the VRChat. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So the entrance to it is a sign that's actually built into the underside of the bridge. So that's what's on the left here, and that's what we built. We didn't build it under the bridge because then you wouldn't be able to see it, obviously. But yeah, that's what this is here, the Granville Island sign. And the concrete plant that Finn was talking about is this. There's a piece of art called The Giants, which are some art built onto big concrete silos. So this is the recreation of it over here. And the reason you can't fly closer to it is because the layering is all kinds of jank, and you will get trapped in there. So don't do that.
I just like the fact that you put that in there. The fact that you have to explain to people a major feature of Vancouver is like like an area that actually has a concrete factory inside of it, basically.
Yeah.
It's just too funny.
And next to it, next we have a landmark that's actually going to be going away soon. This is the Stormcrow Ale House, which which is Vancouver's basically last major nerd bar, but unfortunately just announced that they are going to be closing down soon because of the pandemic kicking their ass with finances and all, which is unfortunate. So I have a collection of pictures here from the inside of it because this was a really cool place, frankly, and Vancouver would be the worst aware for losing it. So yeah, it might be lost, might be losing in Vancouver, but it'll be in Vancouver forever.
Well, and you can still see it at least for the next couple weeks. They're not closed yet, so
it closes down on the 16th, so 1 week.
Oh, 1 week, okay. Yeah.
And I think somebody just tried to move everybody out of the way and moved me with them, so yeah, it's a bit hard to select everyone but me. Next up here we have the Space Center. This is actually part of the larger Museum of Vancouver, but I didn't have a lot of space, and the Museum of Vancouver is a fairly generic-looking building, so we just built the Space Center. And let me just yeet everybody so you can actually see the thing. Wings were a mistake.
I'm sorry.
Oh, right. I forgot to show what it looked like at night. So, yeah, if I can yeet the people with light sources, we put the little lights on top to match what we got there.
I'm on stream.
And next we have the last major bridge to talk about, which is the Berard Bridge. So this is another Art Deco thing that was built in the 20s and 30s. There's the button I was looking for.
I just realized I wasn't muted. I'm sorry. I literally unplugged my headset there, Fisher. I apologize.
I didn't hear anything, so.
Oh, you're hearing my conversation about how it was in stream.
Oh, that's whatever. And this is what these buildings here look like when you're driving. That's where a lot of the Art Deco stuff is, but the perspective didn't allow for it. There's figureheads of Captain George Vancouver, so George Van Hoover. The Mackie-Zo is some horse that's behind it. And Sir Harry Berard Neale, after which Vancouver and Berard Inlet are named respectively. Harry Berard Neale never actually came to Vancouver. He was just somebody that Captain George Vancouver wanted to suck up to. And up here, we have something that is Vancouver's newest landmark. So back in November, we had some pretty major floods here, like a 1 in a 100-year event. And a giant barge got grounded on the beach. So that became the local meme. And then the Parks Board decided to put up a sign called commemorating it as Barge Chilling Beach. And there's a bit of backstory there. So there's another park in Vancouver called Gulef Park that has this sculpture in it. So another artist, as a joke, put up a sign changing the name of the park to Dude Chilling Park. And the Parks Board tore it down, but everyone got upset about it. So then they officially renamed the park Dude Chilling Park and put up an actual sign. So that's what Barge Chilling Beach is referencing. And we put the teleport in here to go to like your private islands and stuff. So yeah, that's where that goes.
Very cool. I love like I laughed so hard when they put the Barge Chilling Beach thing.
Yeah.
That was just so funny, so Vancouver.
Yeah. The west side of Vancouver here is also where all the beaches are. So our convention's in winter, so it's not very beach-like, but this is where the people would go to sunbathe and stuff. And next we have the biggest park in Vancouver, Stanley Park. This thing is massive.
It's actually one of the largest parks in the world, one of the largest city parks in a major metropolis. So
Yeah.
only behind Central Park.
Yeah. Is Central Park bigger?
Central Park is bigger, technically. Yes.
Huh. Okay. And yeah, here's what it looks like from space. So we kind of tried to recreate the shape of it. except it's rotated a bit. I can't do that in Google Earth, but you get the idea. So if I zoom in again, the first string we have to look at is up the top here. On the other side of the inlet from Vancouver is North Vancouver, which is all the rich Ponzi people live. And Lionsgate Bridge is the bridge that goes between Vancouver and it. So this is that bridge. And you'll notice that it has 3 lanes, which might seem a bit unusual because cars normally drive symmetrically. But what they do is they take the middle lane and they change the direction it goes in depending on the time of day and which way rush hour is flowing. So that's what these 3 lamps here are representing. And if I change it to nighttime, they actually light up properly.
Actually, a lot of people don't realize that Lionsgate Bridge was actually built privately in order to sell land on the other side.
Bloody capitalists, huh? I mean, well, no, building a bridge is a good thing, but still, like, building a whole bridge just to sell some land, like, that is a quintessential capitalist thing.
Yep, absolutely.
And this spot here that I'm sitting on is Prospect Point, which is a really tall part of Stanley Park next to the bridge, which you can get some excellent photos from. And that's why we put this flag here. And next we have where Finn works. Or did you still work there? Vancouver Aquarium?
Not anymore. No, since they changed owners, I wasn't asked to come back, so I just didn't fight it. I'm busy enough.
Fair enough.
But I did work there for about 12 years.
Yeah. So Finn's got a close association with this place, and he'd probably be mad at me if I didn't put it in, so we put it in.
Oh, that's a good reason.
I saw somebody who had like a really custom avatar. It was kind of like this blue guy over here, except it was like meant to turn into a shark head, and his face was actually the teeth of it. And I saw him chilling out in the aquarium. I thought it was really cool. I went to take a photo, but he got out. I asked him to get back in, but then he said he didn't understand me, and he said it in Spanish, so it didn't end up happening. And over here is this statue that's out front of the aquarium, except it's a pony, and I just put a fin on him using a balloon and some rope. So make of that what you will.
I think it's great.
Then up in the north side of Stanley Park, we have this statue of a girl in a wetsuit, except now it's a mare in a wetsuit. And
yeah, that's a famous statue that's actually out in the ocean, if I'm not mistaken. If I can't see the stream, I'm delayed on the stream, so I don't know if you're talking about the mermaid that's on the rock.
I am, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a famous statue. Everyone's like, "Why is that there?" It's like, I don't know. It's art. Why not?
Is it
So, like,
super famous? I thought it was just like a landmark, like neat landmark, you know?
Well, I don't know. I mean, anytime I've gone to Stanley Park, people have been like, "Hey, what's that on the rock?" And
Yeah.
I always have to tell people, it's like, "Oh yeah, well that's art."
Oh, here we go. This guy here, well, he just poofed, but that's what the shark guy looked like. Oh, there he is again. Yeah, so the shark guy looked pretty similar to this dude.
I see the shark guy.
Oh, wow, that's a colorful horse. Over here, we have a lighthouse. It's not a major landmark, but it's a lighthouse, and I wanted an excuse to put in an extremely wide Christmas light, so... So the lighthouse shoots all the way off as lighthouses do. I wish I could make it rotate, but limitations of the medium, you know? And down here, we have the 9 o'clock gun. So this is actually a really old cannon that nowadays at 9 o'clock every day shoots a blank. Let me yeet everybody again. And thanks to Ellie for convincing me to rebuild this, because my first version of it looked pretty bad, but it came out nicely.
It's I actually really, the 9 o'clock gun is something that I always have to remind people that no, this is a thing. No, we actually fire a cannon every single day.
Yeah,
at 9 o'clock.
I've got a video of it I'm about to play here. So.
Okay, good. I had a friend who's gun shy, very scared of loud noises. We were walking around downtown and the 9 o'clock gun went off and he was ducking for cover. I felt really bad for the guy. And he's like, "What the heck was that?" I said, "Oh, it's a 9 o'clock gun." He says, what do you talk about the 9 o'clock gun? Why do you fire a cannon? I'm like, I don't know. It's a tradition.
Yeah, and the reason it's so bright in that video is that sometimes they'll shoot it at other times. Like I know during the pandemic, remember early on when they were doing that, everybody cheer at 7 o'clock for the healthcare workers, so they would shoot it off at 7 o'clock. And yeah, I think that thing is fired every day for something like 70 or 80 years, and they've only missed maybe like a dozen days. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. It's kind of neat. I mean, it's a tradition. It was, from what I understand, it was supposed to signal the end of the fishing day.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're supposed to come back in. That's why it's a loud cannon, because that way everyone hears it. But yeah.
Oh, how did that happen? Okay, so down here is a little military base. We put colliders on it so people couldn't get in, but I guess people got in somehow. Maybe when everyone was getting yeeted, they got stuck in there. Anyhow, yeah, there's a little military base there that you can't get in, which is why
I have a story about that military base. Can I tell it?
Yeah, go ahead.
That is otherwise known as Dead Man's Island. It is Vancouver's own ghost story. That island has a huge history. It started out actually before the Europeans even came here, and the native peoples used it as a site to settle a massive dispute, like basically a giant tribal war between the different tribes here. And all of the warriors were sent onto that island and arrowed and died as honored dead, and then buried there. When the Europeans came here, they found all of these boxes hanging from the trees, which was tradition for someone who was an honored dead in the local native people. And they, of course, cut down all these boxes, realized that there were bodies in them. And they thought this is weird, and they put them in a giant mass grave site. So of course that was not very, very happy. So then later on, there was a smallpox outbreak, and they didn't know where to put all the bodies because they were contaminated, so they buried them on that island that wasn't in use otherwise. Then later on, there was a giant fire of Moodyville, which is now known as North Vancouver, and all the victims of that were buried there as well. And then they decided to build a military base on top of it. So this is a very, very well-known landmark in terms of Vancouver history, and people who have stayed there overnight have said that it is not a place they will ever go back to again.
Oh boy.
So there you go. Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
there you go.
unfortunately, people that are muted, I can still see what they're saying, so maybe somebody should kick that person. I don't know. But yeah, the last landmark we have to look at is the Gas Barge. So this is literally a floating gas station. All the boats and float planes come out to use it. And for pretty much the first 2 days, every time I came over here, there was a pony sleeping here with their head on fire. And I was like, that's probably not a good idea. And it's a bit back in the 40s and 50s, there used to be a ton of these gas barges around for different gas companies. The Chevron one's the only one left, and it's probably just there because it's a giant advertisement for them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't make money.
Yeah.
But it is very convenient if you're trying to refuel your very expensive vehicle. My understanding of it is that if you have the kind of vehicle that requires that type of service, you have to actually book it in advance, because if you have a very large vessel, it will take sometimes half a day to fill the tanks on it, and so that's actually where it makes most of its money, is on like bookings of fueling.
I see. And there's another story I read about. Apparently, I think it was in the 60s. Wait, hold up. Somebody made a bootleg me. What the hell is that? Anywho, apparently in the 60s, somebody tossed rocks into the 9 o'clock gun, and when it fired off, it shot a hole in the O in the Texaco gas barge.
I heard that too. I don't know if that's just a myth or not, but yes, I've heard that too.
So they ended up moving the gas barge after that. But yeah, that was the last landmark. So now just to zoom out of the whole server if my computer doesn't explode.
It's so cool. Fisher, you and the team have absolutely outdone yourself. Like, the amount of just effort that this clearly exudes, and just it's just so cool. Like, just as someone who, but I had absolutely nothing to do with this, guys, by the way. This is Aphinity, the chair. I had nothing to do with this, short of encouraging these people. They're like, oh, you want to do PonyTown? Sure. And then Volt's like, hey, we should like make our custom map and stuff. And then Fisher's like, yeah, why don't we do Vancouver? And I was like, ah, that sounds great, guys. You know, have fun. And literally every single night, I see messages from Fisher at like 3, 4, 5 a.m. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Yeah.
I'm a night owl.
So, so if you appreciate this world and you appreciate everything that was done to make this happen, please reach out to the team. Fisher, Bolt, who's your team, Fisher?
Fisher, Bolt, Ellie, Cloudburst, Mike, and Delphinx. I don't know if Ellie and Cloudburst are in the main Vancouver server. I think they are. But I know Cloudburst is in there. I'm not sure about Ellie, but I think Ellie's in there.
Well, I think you all need to just take one big bow, everyone on that list, because you guys just did an amazing job. And hopefully this isn't the last time we'll see this map.
Yeah, well, the VRChat server got made as like a noir map, but I wanted to make something that we could use year after year. So yeah, if we do, whenever we do future Vancouvers, we'll bring this back and make little tinkering improvements. And I just realized there was a joke that I was going to make that I forgot to do. Bloody hell!
No, make the joke.
The Vancouver Convention Center. I was going to say that, yeah, the site of Vancouver 2023. But
we're big, man.
yeah,
We're huge.
Could you imagine?
Oh man, please no.
How to destroy the con budget in one simple step.
Oh man, I know people are like, "Hey, let's have a con downtown." It's like, right? You gonna pay for it? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not.
But yeah, let's do the group photo now. So everybody come to the main stage area, and
All right.
We'll do that.
Hey, everybody in VRChat, we're gonna do a big group. Everybody, we're gonna do a big group photo if you want to be part of it, and we're going to try to get a big shot together, just sort of to commemorate this event, because this is actually our official VRChat meetup. So those of you who are willing to, if you could come, please line up on this side of the wall. We'll have a big photo. And sorry, Fisher, I'll mute myself.
No, it's okay. And I just realized that if I'm on stage, I can't actually get the photo. Yeah, how are we going to manage this? I think there was a way to turn off stage focus, wasn't there? Yeah, whatever. I'll figure something out. Let me select myself. Oh yeah, shout out to Rainbow Derpy and Steuben and Industrial Ice and the other devs that helped us make this happen too. Wouldn't have been possible without them. Oh, sorry for the screen wigging out. I'm trying to turn off stage focus and zoom out. Is that something that I do in my own settings? Or is that something that we have to do elsewhere? Oh my god, I have 85 whispers. Top right icon, okay. I still don't know much about PonyTown's interface. I apologize. Is it in here somewhere? Focus camera on stage in the white menu. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Apologies. But that should be that focus now. Alright, so yeah, everybody come out to the main stage area. Let's put a notification out if that didn't already get done. I'll do that. Yeah, thanks for telling me how to do it, everybody. I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to PonyTown. This actually was my first PonyTown build.
All right, we just took a photo in VRChat, and on the subject of this being your first build, Fisher, I don't think anyone can tell. Like, this is incredible, man.
Well, Ellie and Cloudburst and Mike, they're all very experienced with it, so they cleaned up a lot of the jank too.
Well, and that's important, you know. Like there's the people that put in the you know, like the majority of the work, and then there's the ones that know how to make it look awesome. And we were fortunate to have both you and them for that. So
yeah. All right, so we'll take the Oh, wait, I have messages from Bolt. What is he saying? Oh, he's just telling me how to do the thing.
I am posting the VRChat photo in the VRChat channel, so if you want to check out the group that's all here hanging out in VRChat right now, that's just a quick shot I took of all of us together.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll be taking the photo in 30 seconds.
So you have about 20 seconds, everybody in PonyTown, and 20 seconds to gather.
But there's also some delay. F2 to hide messages. Good idea.
Yeah, you might want to delay a little longer than 30 seconds because that'll give them very little evidence. Right?
Well, we already put a big announcement in, telling everybody to get to the main stage.
Okay.
Main
stage, everybody, get there for the photo. PonyTown, get there.
Yeah, I know what I'll do. I'll Alright. Don't think I did that right. Oh, I disabled the chat messages, right. Okay. And... Oh, wait. How did chat messages come on again? Alright, I turned it off again. And... There we go. And I'll take a few photos just in case people... Oh, what did I do? I'll take a few photos just in case people end up, like, behind other people. So that everybody gets their chance to shine. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming to the panel and enjoying the servers and learning a bit more about our city. Hopefully someday you'll be able to join us here, whether it be at a physical Vancouver or just coming to tourist.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for being here. For those of you who haven't done so already, come join us in VRChat. It's in, once again, if you check the channel on Discord, you'll see there's a VRChat channel at the bottom of our, it's below, like, flank stage. Check it out. There's some instances in there you can click on, and it'll join a group of us. There's about 16 of us in here right now, and we're having a good time just hanging out and talking pony and just talking in general. So,
but yeah, make sure you stick around for the VIP Q&A panel that is in about 45 minutes, right?
Yep, it's in 45 minutes from now. In fact, I'm going to jump out of here at about 1 o'clock. And but until then, if you want to come and say hi to us, I'm the blue Avali guy. You'll see me, the bird-looking thing with ears. And if I'm here, you come and say hi. Otherwise, you'll see me on stage with... we have Rebecca Schreikett and Devin Dalton that will be joining us. So that's Acellus and Sunset Shimmer. We'll be doing a Q&A about voice acting and their experience with the show and the fandom and everything else. So come and enjoy it.
And also shout out to all the crazy Russians and Brazilians that have been on the server. I came in here in the middle of the night after the concerts, and there were 900 people on the server. The chat was just a Russian apocalypse. So
we love our Russian friends.
Yeah. But yeah,
no, that's awesome. One more shout out as well, guys. If you like what we're doing here, keep in mind that this is unfortunately not something we can do for free. This is all volunteer work. Not one of us is paid to do this. The VRChat world, for example, was a contracted thing, so that was something that I paid for out of pocket. So if there's any way that you can offer some support to the event, keep in mind that the event is not free to run. We do have to pay for this. So if you have any ability to buy some merch, like buy a T-shirt, buy a registration in particular, anybody, and in particular, shout out to our Alicorn and our patron members. Thank you so very much for your contributions. Please check out our website if you're able to support us, because I'm standing in a theater that we had to pay for. Like I'm standing right now talking to you from the middle of the ballroom that you're about to see for the VIP theater, script reading. Anything you can do to help us cover these costs means that we have the bigger chance of coming back next year, which we do plan to do. We have a contract and everything. So with any luck, it'll be in person, but if you can contribute, we really appreciate it. It helps fund the things that you're seeing. The VRChat world, the PonyTown stuff to a lesser degree because that's volunteer, but we really appreciate everyone who contributed. Either way, thank you very much to those who can contribute. Vancouver.ca/shop is really appreciated.
And Finn, you're standing in both the physical and virtual theaters that we had to pay for.
That's true, I am actually. But yes, anyway, thank you everyone who has contributed, and we have a charity auction coming up later today as well. So if you have the ability to do so, we have some actually really cool merch that has been donated, and we're looking to get as much as we can to raise some money for the Newfoundland Pony Society, which is supporting the only Canadian breed of pony that is unfortunately critically endangered. So we're really looking forward to make some money for the ponies and do a good thing, hopefully. So if you have any ability to join us then, that'll be tonight at, I believe it's 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. on the main stage. So the stage you're watching right now.
All right. Anything else we should shout out?
Shout out to all the crew. Vanilla Skunk, you're awesome. I'm sure you can hear this because you told me you can. So Vanilla, you're awesome. He's the guy who's doing all of the remote video switching for us. So whether it's theater, whether it's a panelist from Zimbabwe or UK or China or the US or down the street, either way, he's the one that takes the feeds and puts them into Twitch and then distributes it out to both PonyTown and to Twitch, so that we can give it to all of you. So big thank you to Vanilla Skunk and his entire team of people, but to be fair with you, it's very largely Vanilla Skunk. Also to all of our staff, everyone on Vancouver Pony Expo staff, everyone's a volunteer, all the artists that contribute all the amazing artwork, all of the moderators that are moderating the Discord and PonyTown right now. Everyone's a volunteer. If you think you want to be part of this team, because holy crap, we love new people, please come and join us. Check out our website, and there's all kinds of information on how to volunteer. I will warn you that if you're trying to volunteer for this year, we're probably full up, but we would love to have you for next year. So think about throwing a volunteer application in, or at least keeping in touch with us, because we'd love to have you. So,
not that there's a
shout
whole
out to
lot
everyone who's contributed.
left to volunteer for. There's 6 hours left in the con?
Well, right, yeah. So right now there's not much more to do, but we would absolutely love to talk to you about next year and everything that we do. We do have some cool merch that's coming. By the way, there's some plushies that will be available really soon, so that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, if you really like the Sunny Showers and Trailblazers default avatars we had for PonyTown, you can get plushies of them.
Yep, we don't have very many of the Sunny Showers left, but we do have a few left, and we do have a whole set of Trailblazer plushies coming, which your Alicorn members, the people who are the biggest financial contributors to the event this year, they are actually receiving one for free, and they are getting the first batch months and months before anyone else gets them. So we certainly appreciate their support, and we couldn't unfortunately have them here. They were supposed to be here, but snow delayed them, so they won't be here till Monday, but they will be here soon.
Rip.
So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I think there's 10 Sunny plushies left?
We might. Well, I don't know what our current numbers are right now, but we had a few more than that. We had about 25, I think. I'd have to ask Twyfu, to be honest. He's the one running our con store and vendors hall.
Right.
And, by the way, hi Twyfu, if you're listening. Thank you for all of your hard work. Anyway, so yeah, we are probably going to come close to selling out this year. I don't know if we're going to be able to get more in the future, but we'll see.
All right. But yeah, hope everybody has a good rest of the con, and I don't know what will happen to this PonyTown server afterwards, but at the very least, you'll be able to experience it again for next year's Vancouver, if they don't keep it up.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully we can find a way to keep it running, maybe even a special URL or something. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure something out. But yeah.
Yeah.
Hope everybody has a fun rest of the con.
Yeah, have a great con. Come and join us in VRChat. Come and join us at PonyTown and support your local pony convention.
Yeah. Have a good one, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.